guard. Okay, I'm locking my feet down, trying to play my knee, again, a little bit more sternum. Go too far across, he just smashes. Okay, too far open, he just opens. Too far low, okay, and literally there's nothing there. Okay, so from here, I typically lock my toes, try to put my knee like it's pointed right into his sternum itself. And then as he starts to drive in, the part that when I just did the Tom DeBlas seminar over the weekend, so a few things that he was doing that I kind of enjoyed. So when he was here, so if Matt's sitting back on his knees and just creating the pressure, this kind of shield works just fine. As soon as Matt starts driving in, then all I'm going to do is let my shield climb up, and I'm not really worried about them connecting anymore. So at this point, I still play this one down by his hip, okay? And just let that knee ride up. And then if he sits back down, okay, we go back down. If he drives forward, then we just let that knee creep up. And I'm putting it right by his shoulder, right by his neck, and then through here, start to connect into his neck. So that now, if he starts driving in, even if he gets up on his feet, trying to come in, the moment he opens up, I can start going into more of an open guard, okay? And then my knee, like I said, it's staying right here, pushing into the side of his neck, and then we're playing that head down position through here, okay? So let's just hit that portion first. So I'm playing low. If he starts to drive in, okay, creep that knee up. We're gonna come in, trap his head. So through here, I'm just reaching around, I'm pulling his head down, but I'm also pulling it like I'm pulling it into that knee. And then if he continues to drive, okay, I can frame. The more he drives, the more he elevates his hips, the more I become free with the bottom leg. And again, keep and hold and maintain on to the back of that head. Let them drive in and just feel your pressure and your control. I got a bad back, and at that point in time, my partner was about my size, and him driving in with my knee in that higher position wasn't even bothering my lower back while playing my half guard game. So I was able to just keep him at bay even with him driving in. So I kind of enjoyed that higher knee position. Again, it's only when they drive and start to elevate, kind of like that wrestler pressure, knees are elevated off the ground driving in, my knee climbs up. Okay? Because I'm not trying to hold him out here, literally, just let it climb up. Frame, and then when they give you the space, you pull the bottom foot up, put it on that hip, and then start to keep them at bay. All right, let's just play with that for a little bit. 1, 2, 3. That from a different seminar that Marcelo used to do is from here, I'm holding onto his arm, okay, and when Matt goes to make his roll, okay, Marcelo would hook to the back of the leg here, okay, and then pull the bottom leg through and go for his arm bar directly from there. That's actually what he used to do versus omoplatas in the roll. Okay, so again, I'm framed up, he's driving, control the head, and underhook the arm. This actually becomes a pretty controlling position, especially with that head control. Okay, now again through here, I'm going to give him a little push to create the space, pull onto the shoulder, shove the head, and twist my hips. Now I'm in, I can go speed grip, traditional, go into my kimura from here. Again, if Matt's gonna start trying to roll, okay, over he goes. I can leave my leg in position. Through here, if I do nothing, Matt will do something. So through here, if I just sit, odds are he starts trying to sit up to create his distance, and that's my hips connecting to lock in, and usually that arm starts to reach, and that gives me my triangle position from here as well as my kimura trap. Because again, the likelihood is of them rolling and choosing to do nothing is really slim. We will in drilling, you won't a live roll. And this is inherently the flaw with drilling. Again, when we go super slow, all these options appear on the table that nearly all of them disappear when the live roll engages. When you make the roll over, odds of you rolling over and laying there like a starfish is probably slim to none. Rolling, and the likelihood is in most, every time I go for a Kimura trap, okay, which is inherently the roll that we're doing, is they roll and then they proceed to try to sit up. And in that instance, that's why his arm, as he's coming up, he's actually going to expose the underside of his armpit for your triangle, okay, in that position. So let's do the position itself, set him up. When they make the roll, okay, at that moment in time, remember, don't just sit still. The moment the roll happens, try to look for what you would do potentially at fast speed. Don't think about what you would do at slow speed. You know, oh, I'm going to take this, I'm going to cross his toes over. You're not going to do any of that crap. Okay, not in a full roll. All right, let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, and control through here. Okay, so now when I make my shift, I'm going to give Matt that little push on the hips to give me a little space. Okay, I'm going to take my leg, completely remove, and then come over the top. Now notice through here though, I mean, I've got a grip. It's not over here by the tip of his elbow. When I'm grabbing, my grip is to get up by the armpit itself, okay? My foot comes over the top. Now for myself, what I like through here is my foot, imagine that they're switching each other. So right here, my right foot is on his hip, and as this one comes over, they're basically switching, and I like a butterfly in on that leg. The reverse Kimura, sit back up just so you're comfortable. The reverse Kimura is also the same thing I'm doing right now for my armbar. Okay? I'm holding on to his elbow here. A reverse Kimura is here. Lock it up like a rear naked, and then I pry. It's not as strong as conventional, but it's fast. Okay? And as long as the arm is in a bent position, okay, it's very effective. Now, in this instance, because of the way his arm is at, I'm basically going to treat it almost the same. Okay? So I'm going to hold on here. Okay? But remember now, I'm switching here. My foot's going to go in. I'm going to throw like a butterfly. Now, if we were doing reverse Kimura, I would be here and grip. Very possible. Okay? Now, almost guaranteed, he will be thumb down. So I'm holding on to the elbow or to the shoulder. This hand is simply going to come over, find his wrist, and I'm going to pull his pinky the opposite. Okay? Now from here, my hips are going to switch. It's the same switch we've been doing, where my hips are just pivoting from one side to the other. So when I'm here, this foot now is just going to pull my hip. Okay, and either he taps or he rolls. In the roll, I am already one motion ahead of him. Okay, and that's why at the end, you notice Matt's going to make the big move. I have little to no move to do. And this also fits with what we've been talking about when we're going for arm bars and we get put into a position of this nature. Face the feet, don't face the head. Okay, so a lot of people, they'll come in, they'll go here, and they'll go, and then Matt passes my guard, and then I just screwed up, and I actually went the wrong way. So when you find yourself in this scenario, I'm literally entering at his feet, so I stay. And then, again, through here, it also fits the way we do our arm bars, where we take it and we pull it across the hip for our break. And then all I'm doing through here is my butterfly is in on the leg, push my foot, and just make a small little hip switch. Okay, so again, play. I'm in, foot on the hip. Okay, and again, control, heavy by the shoulder. Through here, I'm going to give him a little push, break my foot completely away, over the top. My feet are going to switch, and I'm in. Grab thumb is to the floor, and I'm pulling across my hip. little hip switch. And at that moment in time, you'll feel it. It's a lot of pressure. For some people last night, the arm was literally feeling like there was this huge stretch through the bicep and into the shoulder, as well as the elbow being strained. Okay. Anticipate the roll though. I mean, just anticipate it. In some instances, yes, maybe you can hit an armbar fast enough where they have to tap before they can roll, but just anticipate that the roll will happen. Okay, let's give it a shot. So, question was just coming up about a couple armbar defenses. Okay, obviously, first part, what's the first rule of self-defense?
Don't hurt yourself.
Don't hurt yourself. What's the second rule?
Don't be there.
Don't be there. So do those two, man. You're doing really good in life. Okay? Because rule number one is you making bad decisions that places you in jeopardy. The reason why they caught your arm, it's not because they did a great job. It's because you did a lousy job. You left things behind, things of that nature. And that's part of the first rule of self-defense. The first rule of self-defense is probably the largest and most encompassed portion of it. Now, sometimes they will do a great job. There's just nothing we can do, okay? But once we're in, okay, so early defenses are always best, okay? The earlier you can defend, the smaller the defense needs to be, and it's a lot easier. To the point where most people won't even see that the defense is actually in play. And that becomes inherently also part of the problem. Preventative medicine always gets a bad rap because they're like, see, nothing happened. Yeah, I know nothing happened, because I worked my ass off to make sure nothing happened. Yeah, well, I didn't see it. Like, okay. So then there's the other side, is going into your late defenses. Okay. So in this instance, it's critical. That's why I spend a lot of time controlling and manipulating which way the wrist is going. Okay. I know a lot of people learn thumb up in the air. Okay. That's super basic, to be honest with you. It's a great tool that lets you understand how the pressure needs to go. For the most part, wherever the thumb is, the hand goes the opposite. But when the hand starts to turn, okay, basically you follow. If I put my thumb this way, pull me the opposite. If I put my thumb this way, pull me the opposite. If it's straight up and down, okay, just kind of, we float in and out. Because a couple of the defenses, we're just going to do two simple ones. Okay, so Matt's just going to put me in an armbar, nothing fancy. Okay, so through here, oh no, I can't get his legs off my head. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thumb. This is the old Hitchhiker. Okay, I'm going to turn my thumb to the outside. This hand, preferably, I'm going to start to play and manipulate with his legs. It doesn't even have to be big. Okay, just enough to get the ball rolling. But my goal, so those who love ghost escapes, congratulations. I mean, all a Hitchhiker is a ghost escape. So my thumb turns so I can bend my elbow, okay? And then through here, my left shoulder is going to start to become my point of contact. So as I roll, I throw my head down, and then once I'm here, I can come up on the back, and then I come around the back of his hamstring, and I get my escape. So ghost escapes, generally, underhook, okay? That's a ghost. So all a Hitchhiker is a ghost. And through here, turn my thumb to the outside to try to prevent the hyperextension of the elbow, okay? And then we're going to start to walk our body, okay? My hips start to go the opposite, just like our ghost escape. We're coming in over here. Now I need to put a little tension into my shoulders. Now when I come up, I should be on the back side of his hamstring, and then I turn the corner. Let's hit the Hitchhiker escape a couple times, and then we'll play around with the other one. 1, 2, 3. Control, because for me, personal, why am I shrimping to go back and guard when my desire to play guard is really low? I prefer to play half guard, things of that nature. So usually myself, if I'm shrimping, I'm going to get back to half guard. But full guard to me is devastating on my back. So you guys that roll with me know ghost, reverse ghost, now the poltergeist, other variations. I'm more likely to extend out into turtle than I am any other position, as opposed to shrimping to get back into guard. So we just did one, which is basically just a ghost escape, which is the Hitchhiker. And again, repeat themes of pressures within the game. We just changed the name because of where it's at. Okay, but a Hitchhiker escape is just a ghost escape. One's from side control, one's from an armbar. Okay, the next one is reverse ghost. It's the same thing. So if we did ghost, so I'm here, ghost escape, ghost escape, ghost escape, reverse ghost, underhook, and then switch my direction, go to the arm drag, and then come up. So the second escape is just reverse ghost, but from an armbar. And again, it's all about, if you don't protect your arm, none of the rest matters. Okay? So first and foremost, protect your arm to make sure that your elbow can't get hyperextended. So if Matt's in, so from here, Hitchhiker, here goes my arm to try to open up. Now if I go Hitchhiker, what do you think Matt is potentially doing? Okay, he's potentially going opposite pressures to get me away from the Hitchhiker. Okay, so I go Hitchhiker, I'm gonna go under his leg, and then I'm gonna switch back, and then from here, I try to capture his thigh in position the best I can. So that now, as I continue my leg drag, because I'm trying to cup into his thigh, and the reason why I want to do that, I want to get my head connected to his thigh as much as possible so he doesn't just throw a triangle on me as I'm trying to sit up. Because from here, if I don't, it's pretty easy for him just to put his leg from one side to the other. So the secrets, okay, and again, you don't have to do Hitchhiker first. Again, I go under his legs. This, again, I'm going to go like I'm grabbing into his thigh. Through here, I'm pushing his legs over, and I'm driving my hips towards his hips. If I can get to this position through here, okay, now all I have to do is sit up, and now I can get into that upper position. So basically that's just reverse ghost, going in off of an armbar. Okay, one goes completely feet completely away, and the other one I'm literally trying to take my legs. If this is Matt's body through here, okay, Hitchhiker, and the other one I'm literally trying to get myself as in line with him as possible. Again, hold on to that thigh so he doesn't just make it go from one side to the other. Again, remember, what do I have to get free in order to be free of the armbar? The elbow, that's it. Getting up is bonus. Once I'm here, just yanking my elbow from between his legs. If that's all you can do, you're out. Okay? Granted, you're still going to be fighting something else, but that's the primary. Don't get greedy and think, oh man, I couldn't sit up. Yeah, well, did your elbow get free? If so, that's really all you're looking for. And then we can get into scrambles and things after that. So let's try the reverse ghost version. I don't know what the official name of it's called. But all right, 1, 2, 3.